everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi, hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Hi. So we're here with a video, and this is going to be a real departure from what we normally do, I guess. I mentioned it in a previous vlog, but I wanted to start incorporating a little bit more skincare content information into my channel. It's a big interest, a big hobby of mine is trying out different skincare products. I used to write long form reviews for I had my own blog, and I would write for other retailer blogs, all of that stuff. I had a YouTube channel where I would do full review videos, but I want to start incorporating a little bit of that into this channel as I start to, kind of make a transition more to like general interests, general hobbies, more lifestyle stuff as opposed to like specifically diamond painting. And so that's been something that I've done pretty much since I started this channel, but this is just yet another facet of my interest. So if you are not interested in hearing about skincare and self-care and cosmetic products, that type of thing, then feel free to skip over this one, but I wanted to essentially do a little review of some of the products that I've either completely finished or are partially finished, but I'm done with them, meaning I'm ready to move on to something else. So usually in skincare YouTube channels, you would do like a monthly finish and review of all the stuff that you used for the month. I don't know if I'll be doing that exact cadence. It really just depends on if I have stuff to share. So this just happens to be a time where I had a bunch of stuff that's either gonna be empty bottles thrown away or the leftovers with the partial bottles given to friends or family members. So now's the time. Let's do a little finish and review skincare edition. So starting off, I wanna talk about just a couple little one-time use things. These are sheet masks, and they're from the brand Annie's Way Mask Gallery, and these are two different sheet masks that I had. One of them has peptides and rose, the other one has Q10 and I can't pronounce that word, but these are a nice, really thin, kind of silk feeling kind of cottony mask. One is more rejuvenating, one is more focused on firming. They're a one-time use sheet mask, so you're probably not going to see a ton of like immediate results, but they are really, really nice and cooling and hydrating to the skin. I love using these on a hot day, pulling one out from the fridge, and they're just super, super cooling and refreshing. So I've used a couple of them over the past couple of weeks. I've been using them a little bit more frequently these days, but these are just the two empties that I had sitting around. So Annie's Way, it's a Taiwanese company. If I can put the links to where you can purchase these products, I will put them in the description box. But you're looking at things like rose flower, water, panthenol, a little bit of citric acid. You've also got some green tea leaf extract in here as well, beta-glucan, a whole bunch of just kind of hydrating antioxidant ingredients. I wouldn't necessarily say my skin looked firmer or rejuvenated, but very hydrating, which is nice. So Annie's Way masks, nice little treat. From there we have one of my favorite products. I've repurchased it a lot. This is from Glow Recipe. This is their Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. This has watermelon oil in it, watermelon extract, a bunch of other nice hydrating and glow-inducing ingredients, and it has this wonderful, like bright watermelon Jolly Rancher scent, and it comes out in a super fine mist. I'm out, so you can't get the mist anymore. But I finished this up. I typically use this throughout the day in between my reapplication of sunscreen, just to add a little bit of hydration, refresh the skin. So now I've moved on to a different mist, but I always have a facial mist in my little to-go bag, and this one is one of my go-tos, one of my favorites. So the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. Okay, next up we have some serums, a whole bunch of serums. So these are all partially finished. I typically, if I'm just gonna use something for a trial period, just to do like a review or just to kind of get some thoughts, I typically don't use an entire bottle of serum because they really do last. Serums, moisturizers, I tend to give a lot of my half full bottles, third full bottles to friends and family members so they can try it out and see if they like it. But the first one is Peach and Lily. This is their Power Cocktail Lactic Acid Repair Serum. This has 10% lactic acid, which is an AHA alpha hydroxy acid, so this is gonna help to exfoliate the skin and brighten the skin. It's also got 12 active extracts. It's just got a bunch of different extracts in it, various antioxidant, hydrating properties, but the main star here is the lactic acid. So this helps to refine the skin texture, has some reparative qualities and probably some of the other ingredients, but the lactic acid is really the resurfacing part of that, the resurface. So that's gonna help increase cell turnover. It's nice, it's a lightweight kind of cream gel style product, and it absorbs really nicely. It doesn't have like a ton of tingle or sting like you would expect from like an exfoliating product, but it does the job okay. I have very oily, pretty resilient skin, sebum prone skin. So when I look for an alpha hydroxy acid or something that's gonna help skin cell turnover, I usually look for the big guns. I'm looking for usually glycolic acid is kind of the most common and one of the stronger ones. It's definitely more potent than lactic acid, but if you have more sensitive skin, if you have skin that can't handle those more intense exfoliating ingredients, lactic acid is a nice one to try. And this one also has a lot of soothing, enriching ingredients in that serum. It leaves your skin feeling very soft and smooth. It's a nice product, but I found that my skin is feeling a little congested. I feel like I'm not getting a good enough exfoliation as I would normally expect from like a glycolic acid based product. So even though I think this one would be really great for a lot of people, it's just not my cup of tea. But Peach and Lily is an awesome brand. I believe I was sent this as PR, but I'm gonna give this to a friend to try. Then we have our Feeling Good. This is from Pharmacy. This is their Hyaluronic Acid Plumping Serum. This product has, let's see. This product has, let's see, I'm just reading through the ingredients list right here. It has thyme flower extract in it, propolis, royal jelly, which are both derivatives or is a process in bees making honey, or bees making their hives. So very nourishing ingredient. It's really used to help repair skin, offer a lot of deeper hydration or lock-in hydration. Think of like a honey. It's just kind of a really nice humectant ingredient. It's in a lot of pharmacy products. That's what they're known for. This also has some different tea extracts, basil flower extract, a couple oils in there, and I'm trying to see where they've listed their. There it is. Okay, so up towards the top you have hyaluronic acid and sodium hyaluronate. So two different forms of hyaluronic acid. Those are gonna hydrate the skin and help the skin to retain moisture. And then that honey propolis will help to lock that in as well. So I found this to be a really nice hydrating serum. Once again, fairly lightweight, but also creamy. You can see how it's got some drip to it there. And it massages in really nicely. It has this interesting honey scent. It's like honey, but like I don't know, it smells like honey, but not like a rich honey. I don't want to say sour honey, but like that's the closest thing that's coming to mind. But it's still very nice. It has like a kind of a sweet kind of honey fragrance to it that is really nice, and it leaves the skin feeling soft. I use this in the morning and at night sometimes. Just when my skin's either feeling a little dry or a little overworked, it just helps to plump up the skin, hydrate the skin, leave it feeling really, really soft. And here's the box for it so you can take a look at that. So yeah, once again, I typically would use this more in the morning because at night I'm usually going for my acid serums or my acid products like this. But there's sometimes where I will double up. I'll do like a pump of this, pat it in, do my acid or my acid first. But yeah, it's not too bad. I definitely like it. It's just time to, I've got, let's see, about a third of the bottle left, maybe a little less. So it's time, I've hit just about the month mark with it. It's time to go ahead and try something new. So that's Feeling Good Hyaluronic Acid Plumping Serum from Pharmacy. Really nice product. And then lastly, from our serums, we have from Niad. This is their RePigment Multipathway Brightening Serum. Niad is the kind of luxury version of the Ordinary. like owner, I guess what would you call that? The brand that is over all of the Ordinary and Niad is called Serum. And Niad is their brand. They call it kind of their Willy Wonka factory of skincare. They use the top of the line processing, the top of the line ingredients to get the results that they want. No holds barred, and it's priced as such. They're not the most expensive products by any means that you can get out there, but it's a lot of really highly active ingredients, very impactful formulations, and the price reflects that. They don't do a lot of marketing and branding, so a lot of what you pay for is the formulation and the product itself, which is kind of nice. So this RePigment product, I don't have the box for this anymore, but essentially its focus is on brightening the skin tone, helping to reduce the look of dark spots, hyperpigmentation, that type of thing. So you're meant to apply it once a day, and it's just a really nice lightweight serum. I'm about halfway done with the bottle. It's got a little bit of color to it. It doesn't have any vitamin C or anything like that you'd normally see in a brightening serum. It's got a lot of ingredients that are just kind of hard to decipher. Like I said, they focus on like, this is like the be all end all. You've never heard of this kind of stuff before. No real scent to it. It has a slight oiliness to it once it's on, but it does pat in and absorb quite nicely. I've been using this for a little over a month really consistently, and I didn't see a ton of improvement on the darkening, especially the dark spots and hyperpigmentation on my neck and on my jawline from ingrown hairs and acne. So I just wasn't really that impressed, and so I was like, well, I'll just keep using it until the bottle's empty, give it a fair shot. But I started reincorporating vitamin C into my routine, which is something that does really help me, and I swear by high concentrations of L-ascorbic acid or vitamin C. And so one of the things that was kind of a deal breaker for me is I started utilizing vitamin C. I looked on the Niad website, and they give you a list of like what ingredients not to mix with their products. And for this particular product, you're not supposed to be using vitamin C at the same time. So I don't know if there's just a weird reaction that happens with whatever's in here in vitamin C, but I wasn't seeing results with this. I do see results with vitamin C, so this one's gotta go. So I'm done with this one. I'm not sure if I'll be giving it away or just throwing it away, just because I don't really know anybody else in my circle that has the same issues that I have with their skin. So that one's probably just gonna go. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes they're hits, sometimes they're misses. I have a few more products from Niad that I'm really looking forward to getting on my skin. So you'll probably be seeing that brand come up again soon. Okay, next up we have a moisturizer. This is from the Korean brand, you'll see it here in English, House of Doha, and this is their rice bran facial moisturizer. This is packed with rice bran, a lot of really nice hydrating ingredients. It's got meadow foam seed oil pretty high up there on the list. It's got like I said, various forms of rice bran extract, several forms of hyaluronic acid in it, which is awesome. A couple other nourishing extracts, some soothing products in there too, and it's a nice medium weight cream. So that's what it looks like there. A nice medium weight cream. Oh, there's a little, maybe. Medium weight cream, and it absorbs really, really nicely, but it still leaves a little something on the surface. So this is something that I typically use. Well, I've used it day and night, but more often than not nighttime. If you have drier skin, this might be a good daytime moisturizer. You might want something heavier. If you have kind of middle of the road skin, this will probably be a good universal one. If you've got super duper oily skin, or you easily feel that your skin is you need to keep everything really lightweight, you might want to look for something with a little bit less oil content, but for me, this is quite nice. I love that even though it does have bergamot oil in it, which is like a citrus oil, it does not have an intensely like orange or citrus scent. It really doesn't smell like anything. It's just like a nice medium cream, but what I love about it is over time I've noticed that my skin looks a little bit brighter, more illuminated. Rice extracts, rice-based ingredients, fermented rice is known for its brightening and illuminating properties, so it's no wonder that it's provided that for me. I really like it, but once again, I have a lot of products to get through to kind of get back into the zone with doing some skincare reviews, so this one is gonna probably go to a friend or family member, or I might just keep it around as a hand cream. But this is the House of Doha Rice Bran Facial Moisturizer. Really nice product. I love the packaging on this too, very simple. So yeah, happy with that one. That's a lesser known Korean brand. I don't see very many people talking about it. So if you end up getting that, you'll be kind of a trendy skincare person in your neighborhood, because yeah, they haven't shot to fame like a lot of like the bigger Korean brands, but I'm loving their products so far. So last couple things I want to go over with you. We have from Then I Met You, this is their Essence Light Sunscreen SPF 50 Broad Spectrum Sunscreen. When I originally mentioned this product on a video, and it looks like I still have a little bit left, so I'm gonna put this back into rotation. Oh no, I lied. Oh no, I lied. I was like really squeezing it. There's maybe a little bit on the sides here. One thing that you can do if you want a little hack to get every little bit out of your sunscreens is to cut the top of the package off and then get in there and scoop it all out rather than trying to squeeze for your life. So, but anyway, Then I Met You. I mentioned this when I did my original skincare video here on this channel, that this had a mix of kind of more uncommon sunscreen filters and some of the basic ones that we have here in the US. That was a lie. What I was looking at was some of the stabilizing ingredients here. It really just has avobenzone, homosalate, octisalate, and octocrylene, but it also has fermented rice in there, some ceramides. It's got hyaluronic acid in it too. So it is a nicely hydrating product. It is a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier than some other kind of like lighter, watery gel sunscreens. The plus side to that is it's less prone to sting your eyes when you're active or if you're sweating. It's less prone to do that, but it still does if you're really sweaty or it's hot and the sunscreen tends to migrate towards your eyes. It will still give a little sting, but it's definitely not as intense as a lot of other products out there. There we go, I got a little bit out. Okay, cool. So that's kind of the consistency of it, but it does take just a minute for it to absorb. But even on darker skin tones, this will absorb completely transparent. You don't have to worry about that. There's no cast there. It can feel a little heavy on the skin for a bit, but I honestly don't mind it. It's a medium weight sunscreen is what I would call it. It's not a heavy, gloopy, pharmacy or grocery store brand sunscreen, but it's not the lightest in the world. But it is quite nice. It just has a classic sunscreen scent. There's no added fragrance here, so you don't have to worry about that. It just smells like the sunscreen filters that are in it. So I don't know why I did that, but yeah, so there's that. Very nice product, little pricey, but I really do like it. I'll probably be repurchasing this at some point. I'm just testing the waters with a bunch of different brands right now, but I'll probably come back to this at some point, give it another go. And then last but not least, body sunscreen. I burned through this stuff. This is from Banana Boat. It's their Light as Air sunscreen lotion, UVA, UVB, broad spectrum, SPF 50+. This has avobenzone, homosalate, octisalate, octocrylene in it. As far as skin benefiting ingredients, not really. It's all just the different ingredients that it takes to create that consistency and texture. None of this here is necessarily here to brighten the skin or anti-aging. It has the tiniest amount of aloe leaf juice at the end, but that's not gonna do too much. It's the very last ingredient. Let's see if I can get a little bit out of this. Come on, buddy. There we go. So, Yeah, I go through this a lot. So this is 177 milliliters. It's a good price. It's a lighter body sunscreen from a brand like Banana Boat or like Copper Tone or Hawaiian Tropic. It is a lighter one overall, especially compared to like the sport ones that are usually extra thick, but it's still a Banana Boat sunscreen. Like, I still feel it when I put it on. When I walk out the door, I'm like, okay, it's still there. So light as air. I don't know if I necessarily call it that, but it is lighter than some of those other like heavier like Sport Plus, you know, whatever. This is still water resistant. I wore this at the water park, no issues. It is a water resistant sunscreen. And it is nice. It is nice. I think if you really are looking for a inexpensive, run to Walmart, run to the grocery store and grab a body sunscreen, and you want something that feels as light as possible in that price range, this is a really good option. I got a 2-pack on Amazon. So I'll try to put the titles and pricing of everything down below. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for you. I think going forward, what I'll probably do is maybe a separate video where I'm introducing some new products or what I'm going to be replacing them with, or I'll just mention them in vlogs. But be on the lookout for these finish and reviews, maybe once a month, a couple times a month, just to talk about the products that I have finished in my routine that I'm ready to move on from for whatever reason. So yeah, a lot of good positive things to say across the board here. The only one that just wasn't it for me was the RePigment from Niad. So yeah, let me know if you have any skincare related questions, any product questions, if you need any help building routine, if you need any suggestions. I'm not an esthetician. I am not a dermatologist. I am really just someone that's passionate about skincare and really enjoy gabbing about it, and I nerd out a lot on ingredients and who they might benefit. And so I can go so far as to say this is how this product worked for me, or here's why I think it might be good for these types of skin types, but never to address like medical concerns like rosacea or eczema or severe acne or anything like that. This is really just anecdotal stuff, how products have worked for me. So I may also include my old vlog or my old blog on WordPress, where I have probably close to 300 detailed product reviews from anything that you can think of. So I might link that. That way, if you are shopping, essentially the way I built it is, if you're going to Sephora or Ulta or Walgreens or Walmart and you see a product on the wall and you're like, I wonder about this, I've built that website out to be very, very easy to browse through. So when you're in the store, you can pull up the review in real time. So that was my idea when I started creating that blog about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe. So yeah, I encourage you to go take a look at it. And once again, any questions, anything you need, feel free to reach out to me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of this content. Otherwise, happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. Bye.